Hello, this is Mark Satterfield, founder and CEO of Gentle Rain Marketing, with another special report on how to write a free report that motivates readers to take action. This is part 5 in the series, and parts 1 through 4 are probably available at the place that you found this. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, thus far, what we've been talking about is creating titles for your free report, and I gave you a number of templates that you can use for that. Now, we also went over a structure, because sometimes people, quite frankly, just spend far too long working on the development of these reports. And these are things that you should be able to put together pretty quickly and pretty easily. I would say that if it's taking you longer than 2 or 3 days to put together the content of your report, well, you may be overdoing it. Now, you may spend another week or so massaging it and doing the final edit and putting additional pieces in. But think about this overall as kind of a 2-week project, not a 2-month project. So the structure I gave you in an earlier program, I think, is going to really assist you in developing that content. So I hope you go ahead and use that. Now, what I want to talk to you about today is tone and style. And I think that tone and style are really crucial, although I will admit that they tend to be a very overlooked aspect of writing your free report. So what exactly goes into tone? Well, first of all, what exactly do we mean by tone? And I think it's the ability to write in your own voice. Now, for example, if you're a subscriber to my free marketing tips newsletter, and I hope you are, you know that I have a very distinctive style of writing. And if you read it out loud, it would sound pretty much the way I do right here, talking to you in a verbal recording, albeit without the ums and the ahs. So here's a tip. Once you write your report, and this is true for your autoresponders and your sales letters and really any kind of written communication, here's a simple tip that's going to make your life a lot easier, make your reports a lot more interesting, which is to simply read your report out loud. If it doesn't sound like you talking, then you aren't writing in your authentic voice. And that's usually a mistake. So what else helps? Well, picking up style tips from others, because what I have found is that most good writers are also rather voracious readers. So if you read something and the style resonates with you, you want to put it into your clip file. And maintaining a clip file is a great thing to do anyway, because that not only reminds you about a style and kind of gets you into the frame of mind that's helpful for creating and writing reports or letters or emails, but it can also be great ways to jumpstart your thinking. Now, we're not talking plagiarizing, but reading someone else's materials can help you get that initial jumpstart, help you get that cursor moving on a blank Word document. So start to keep a clip file if you're not already. Now, my style doesn't necessarily need to be your style. And, mine's somewhat informal, and I've even been known to, egads, tell a joke or two. I just don't think that marketing and business development is on the same level as open heart surgery. It is important, but it doesn't mean that we have to necessarily be super serious about it all the time. But I certainly do get a fair amount of pushback from that. And a number of people say, well, Mark, your style won't work because my prospects are serious people. Well, okay, that's probably true. But what unfortunately happens is that when you write as a serious person talking to another serious person, is that the language becomes very stilted. The language becomes very formal. And it just doesn't terribly engage people. Yeah, your prospects are serious people, but it isn't as though they're spending their entire day sitting around doing nothing but pondering great thoughts. As many of you know, I used to work at Kraft, and one of the few people I've done a good job of staying in touch with over the years since I left Kraft over 20 years ago is a fellow by the name of Bob Eckert. And at the time that I'm recording this, Bob is actually the CEO of Mattel, the toy company. Well, I mean, here's a guy that runs a Fortune 50 corporation, and he's a good acquaintance of mine. I wouldn't say he's a close personal friend, but he is someone who will take my phone call. And the last time that we were talking on the phone, did we talk about serious things? Did we talk about global impact manufacturing issues? No, actually, we were just kind of exchanging information about Google Earth and looking up each other's house on the program. By the way, that's a lot of fun, and yeah, his house is a lot cooler than mine, but perhaps someday. But the key in terms of style is that this is what engages people. Some of you may remember a magazine, I don't think it's published anymore, called Psychology Today. Psychology Today had the greatest headlines. It was always great headlines about things that really sounded very, very interesting to learn about. But then you opened up the magazine, started to read the article, and boy, was that thing deadly dull. And it wasn't because of the content, it was because of the style. So what you need to do is, yeah, if you feel like you're a serious person and you deal only with serious people, that's okay. But make sure that you're writing as an individual, not as an institution. Now, I am a big believer in copying style, as I mentioned before. And if you're going to copy style, I think some of the best writing out there is found in these three publications. Now, get over for a moment whether or not you agree with their political ideology or their right or left of center focus. But if you look at the Harvard Business Review, if you look at the articles that are published in the Wall Street Journal, if you read the stories in the New York Times, boy, you have got some great writing there. And everybody would be well advised to look at those, not only from a content and structure standpoint, but also from a style perspective. So I encourage you to do that. I've done it. I know it's helped my writing. I think it will help you as well. So the point I'm making is that, look, there's a lot of different ways you can get prospective clients to show an interest in who you are and what you do, and using free reports is just one of them. But that's the reason that I think you should sign up right now for my free online newsletter that's going to show you precisely how to get lots more prospects and then turn large percentages of them into paying clients. And you can get that free newsletter by going to my website, which is www.gentlerainmarketing.com. This is Mark Satterfield, founder and CEO of gentlerainmarketing.com, hoping that you found this to be helpful, and I hope I have a chance to speak with you soon. Bye for now.